back to Stylish Nigeria YouTube channel. I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. I thank you for your love and for your support. If you are new to the channel, you are welcome. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel and then hit the like button and then hit the notification bell also. Okay, so guys, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to cut and sew a gown with 720-degree flace. So you can see the picture that I showed you earlier. Excuse me. So this gown, we're actually not going to be starting it from scratch because I've already done the top part of the bodice, which I'm going to drop the link on the description box. So this is the top part of the bodice. So the emphasis for today's video is the down part, which is the flare part. So we're going to be making use of a crinoline to give it that bulky nature. And then here's the fabric that I'm going to be using. I have 4 yards of fabric. I took out some that I used to create this top part, and then I have my lining also. I'm using a strong lining because we need the flare to be firm. Okay, so before we continue, I'm going to explain how you will calculate your flare if you want to cut out 2 flares. So I'm going to explain it, and then if you want to cut out 3 flares also, I'll just chip that into it. Okay, so when we want to cut out 2 flare, that's 360 plus 360, which is 720. So you can see this is 720 here. So your 720 flare, the next thing you are going to put into consideration when cutting this flare is your waist measurement. That's the waist part. Okay, so for this, the waist is 30 inches. That I'm going to bring into consideration. So 720 is what we're cutting. And then I have my waist, which is 30 inches. Okay, because I'm cutting out 2 flare, I'm going to add 2 inches to it. Why I'm adding 2 inches is because I will join them. Use 1 inch to join. That is 2 inches. And if you can add 1, which is half inch. And then I'm going to add my zip allowance, which is 2 inches, plus another 2 inches. So at the end of the day, I'm going to have 34. The waist will now become 34. So when the waist is now 34, and then our normal formula for calculating flare is 6.28. You understand? This is for the radius. It's a standard formula, 6.28. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take this 34. I'll divide it into 2 because why I'm dividing 34 now into 2, that's 34 divided by 2. Why I'm dividing this into 2 is because 720 is 2 flare. It's 360 plus 360, which is 2. If you want to cut out 3 flare now, which is 1080, I'm going to divide by 3. If I want to cut out 4 flare, which is 1440, I'm going to divide the waist measurement. After adding my allowance to it, I will divide it by 4. So I hope you understand. So after adding this up, this 34 divide by 2, I'm going to have 17 inches for the waist. The waist will now become 17. So this 17 I will now divide with the formula. This is the standard formula of 6.28. Okay, so after dividing with the formula, I'm going to have 2.7. So it is this 2.7 I'm now going to use to cut the top part of my flare. So I hope you understand how I did it. So I just tried as much as I can to put emphasis on this part. Okay, so now let's get started. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to fold my fabric, and then we're going to cut out 2 flare using this. Okay guys, so let's cut out our flare now. So my fabric is folded into 4, so you can see, and the fabric I'm using is by 60. So the length of the gown is 40 inches, and I have about 17 inches here already. So I'm going to cut out, to complete my 40 inches, I'm going to cut out about 23 inches. So I'll make it 25 so that I'll have allowance for the down part. So the fabric is folded into 4. So I'm going to come to this point here, this part, and then our 2.7, after our formula calculation, that's where I'm going to place that measurement. So you can see here like this. So I'm trying to place it. So I'm going to mark it round like this. So you can see. So I'll mark it round like that. After marking it round, the next thing, I'm going to mark the length of from this point now. Now mark that length of 25 inches, like I said. So this is like 25. I added another extra inches, just added 1. Okay, so I'm going to mark that. In order for me to achieve a very round flare, I'm going to mark it, or just continue marking it round like this. So the next thing, I'm going to cut this out. So before I cut out the waist, I'm going to cut, before I cut this point open, I'm going to cut out the second flare so you can see how big it is already. So I'll fold my remaining fabric and then I'll cut out the second row. So after cutting, this is what we're going to have. So the next thing now, I will place both of them together and then cut open the waist. So you can see. Okay. So after that, I'm going to open, just pick a piece and then I'll open. So this is one. So you can see how full it is already. So before I open the second one, I want to use cut out the lining. Okay. So I'll cut out two lining exactly like this also. And then before we go over to the machine, I'll go and start stitching with our crinoline. Okay guys, so welcome to our sewing machine. So the first thing we're going to do now is I'm going to join the flares together. So the two flare, I'm just going to pick a part and then hold the other one and then I'll join them together. So I'm going to do the same thing that I've done now. I'll do it on my lining also. So I'll join my lining and then check both of them to make sure that they are equal before we continue. Okay guys, so we're going to start stitching now. So I want you to notice how I'm placing everything before I sew with my crinoline. So I have a big crinoline here. So what I have, the crinoline, the wideness of what I have is 3 inches, so you can see. So the next thing now, you can see how I'm placing it. The lining is down. This is the right side of my lining, and then this is the right side of my fabric. So I'm placing them together, and then my crinoline is going to be on top of my lining, on top of my fabric. Okay, so after sewing, my lining is going to just lap on top, and then the crinoline, the effect will show on the crinoline. So I'm going to start stitching now. So I'll place them, I'll just place the edges together like this. So I'm leaving just a little bit of space before I start placing the crinoline on it. Okay, so I'll take it like this and then I'll place it. So I'm just going to, I'll be navigating it like that all around, all the way round. So I'll continue to do that. Okay guys, so you can see, so I finished stitching. So I finished stitching. So the next thing I'm just going to do, I'll just trim out just a little bit excess of my lining. Okay. So all the part where I have where it came out, I'll just trim them like this. And then after trimming, I'm going to march down my crinoline. So in doing that, I'm going to open this up like this, which is so bulky. See my crinoline on my fabric side, I'll bend it to come to the lining side, okay? And then I'm going to use this allowance that I have, so you can see I'll bend it to this side, and then I'll use this allowance to secure it down here. And then at the end of the day, it's going to stay, so it will sit nicely, okay? So we're going to run another stitch now. So like I explained, you just bend the crinoline, bend it now to the lining piece, and then you press it down. So I'm going to start securing it. So I'll secure it down nicely so it sits nicely, so you can see. So I'll go ahead, I'll run it all the way all through. So if you are sewing this is a, you need to charge your customer very well because this is not small work. Okay guys, so you can see this is our skirt. That's the skirt part. It actually came out really fine, so you can see how it is looking bulky. So my camera cannot capture everything, so I'll just show you how we're going to fix this. So you can see this is the top part of my bodice. So I'll fold it like this. So I actually did not do an inseam finishing, so I'll fold it like this and then I'll notch the center. Okay, so I just want to notch the center so I'll be able to know. For my skirt, it already has a pleat. Yeah, sorry, it already has the joining. That joining part will be at the center. So I'm going to start stitching from the side. So anything that is remaining, when I get to the end, I will use a key split to hide it inside. So I'm going to take this like this. I'll place here like this. Okay, so you can see. So I'm going to start stitching. I'll stitch it like this. I'll just go ahead. So this is the center part, like I was saying. So I had to put pin so you can see the notch now. You see it entered nicely. So I'll stitch it around like that and then come back and show you how it looks like. Okay guys, so you can see I finished stitching it. So the next thing, so I've not add the next thing is that is remaining is for me to add the zip to it. So I'll place it on the mannequin now for you to see how it looks. The skirt really looks really fine. Okay guys, so at the end of the day you can see how our gown looks like. It came out really fine, so you can see. I'm just going to move the camera so you can see the down. You see how full it is. It looks really pretty and beautiful, guys. So thank you so much. So like I said, the top part, I'll drop the link for the video in the description box. So thank you so much. You can see our beautiful flay gown. Thank you guys. Please like this video. If you have not subscribe to my channel. I will see you in my next class. Bye bye.